So, Nyingma exists in the borderlands. Bon exists in the borderlands, where there is never really a truly established government, or if there is, you're kind of beyond their reach. Their definitions are not quite the same as what the Buddha talked about. They may or may not be favorable towards what you're doing, but they may or may not have the authority for you to care. You just have to keep assessing them over and over again to see what's what and make decisions in the moment, make contracts in the moment that may or may not have any backing in any place. It's maybe you and an individual had a discussion, and as a souvenir, he wants a piece of paper. And so I was sometimes on call to be Gray Dude. My guru was sometimes a kabuki actor. He had kabuki names such as Kenshin Palden Sherab Rinpoche, who was not a real person. Lama Nyoshul was the name of a person who didn't want to identify himself fully, who wore disguises, but was acting on his own behalf and had his own contracts. When he died, it was merely a card that people received. Kenshin Palden Sherab Rinpoche had to die on stage, because one of the things that happened was that when he asked for some of his colleagues to show up to assist him with holding a parasol for a particular scene, or to be the person addressed, or to be the little gray dude that runs out from behind the tree and just is, you're not supposed to be looking at him, but he's necessary for the scenery. They were told that was too distracting, too disruptive. I had to be the person, the scolded hippie, because all of the people, they weren't bringing anybody there. In order to proceed to a next stage on something, in order to have the basis for a conversation for the next teaching in the cycle, somebody had to be the butt of some sort of scolding. And so that was me. And I was going to arrange for payment later, but they wanted to send me home with a bill. And the payment that I was trying to arrange was that I would continue to be there on standby as needed, especially because his voice was starting to fade and his hooks were starting to get smaller. And they didn't want that. So we had to arrange payment for that performance elsewhere. But as far as your bill concerns,